Hey guys, I'm 13 here. Topic of the video is are oversized tires on bikes worth it? Worth what? Well, the main reason people get larger tires on motorcycles is because they look cooler. So, for example, I had a 250 two-stroke racing bike, and when I bought it, it had an oversized tire on it. It was like wider than it came with stock. And I didn't know that because I bought it secondhand, and that's what it came with. So I just assumed it had the correct sizes on it. But the guy just stock, it came with a pretty thin tire, pretty narrow tire, and he wanted it to look more like a bigger bike, like a 600 or something, so he put a larger size tire on it. And then I remember I went and I was replacing the tire one time, and the guy's like, oh, I don't have this size in, but I have the correct size in. I'm like, what do you mean the correct size? He goes, well, stock, this bike comes with a smaller tire, and I have that size. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, just put that on then. And right away I looked at the bike and I was like, yeah, it doesn't look as cool with the thin tire on it. But an amazing thing happened. I was riding and I was going into a corner like this, and I flicked this handlebar to put the bike down, and I almost, and I'm not kidding, I'm not exaggerating, I turned too much, and I almost just slammed the bike down into the concrete. Like it was like I was gonna slam it into the concrete, and I realized that I had to like adjust my steering to stop myself. And the reason was because it handled so much better and so much more, it needed so much less input to do an extreme turn. It would just look much more sensitive. So here I was trying to like manhandle it into the turn like I usually had to do with the thick tire, but with the thin tire it just needed like just a little bit of effort to get it to throw it down onto its side, to go into a steep to do a quick turn. And that once I had that experience and I learned that lesson, I no longer will ever put a larger tire on a vehicle. And I've had it, even with this bike, people have said, oh yeah, it would look cooler if you put this wider profile tire on. I'm like, no way. It makes it handle more, it just makes it handle more like a cow, you know. Looks cooler, handles worse. Does that mean that putting a thinner tire on a bike would make it handle better? Possibly, yeah. That's what they do with scooters. Like a lot of the scooters that they sell here in Taiwan, they also sell in Thailand. But in Thailand, they put thinner and thinner tires on them. I've actually seen them as thin as like freakishly thin, like bicycle tires on a 280cc scooter with bicycle tires. It's very, very weird looking and very weird and foreign to me. But if you live in Thailand, it's the norm. Although, you know, the problems you'd be having there is if you hit like a pothole or something, it would destroy your entire wheel along with the tire. But yeah, for those of you considering putting a larger tire on your motorcycle for aesthetics reasons, I would suggest not. What do you think, Warren? What do you think? What do you think? Yes or no?
Huh?
Yes or no?
Yes or no?
You think it's good or bad?